Good morning, cyber traders. Happy Wednesday, everybody. 9 o'clock this morning, 30 minutes till the market opens up, and getting a lot of reds and a huge rally yesterday. My God, I got to talk about the rally. I want to talk about, why the market's down a little bit today. And shoot, I got reds everywhere. I got bleeding everywhere. I'm absolutely making absolutely no sense. Good to see you, Alita. Good to see you, Lawrence, Michael, Brian, everyone. Good to see you. Welcome back. First of all, really big day today. We got a ton of stuff that's going on. Today is our podcast that we're going to be doing. I have very good friend of mine, Rob Booker, that's going to be coming on. So if everybody knows who Rob Booker is, he's been around since as long as I've been around. He's going to be doing a podcast. We'll be doing that at 11 o'clock, which will be, 9, 10, 2 hours. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll broadcast that live. It'll be on all social medias and everything else. So please have some questions to ask. I'd love to have him to answer questions. He's actually one of my favorite people to interview. He's just so much fun. He said he can run his own talk show. Okay, he's awesome. But also today we're going to have open house at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to teach you a lot of strategy. So if you're watching on social media and you've been following me on those videos I've been posting out, I'm going to be doing a big lesson on that to answer your questions. And then tomorrow I will be on Wealth 365. I know a bunch of you guys registered. So a lot of training that's coming up. Actually, remember, it's one of the best times to learn how to trade is now during the summers, because September, October, November are the 3 best months of the year, especially, what November is, election day. So, lot could change from what now until then. And, it's just, got to get prepared for it. Now, regarding about the market, I don't know what the hell made the market run up so much yesterday. It was on fire yesterday. I mean, we closed up literally almost 800 points on the Dow, broke all-time highs on the Dow. And you know what? Not a lot of stuff was up. I mean, other than Intel, there wasn't really that many big stocks that made that stock like, this stock was up $10. This was up $30 up. But everything was up a little, it was nothing great, but that did really well. The S&P 500 did unbelievable yesterday. Not as better as the Dow did, but you could see things did catch up and things did really well. So, but now we're down today. We're down 119 points, and it looks like the market's crashing. Does that make Apple? Excuse me. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Apple wasn't up that big. Look, it was ended up being down pretty much yesterday, and the Dow was up that much. The Fabulous Sevens were getting crushed. NVIDIA, I'm going to keep talking about that. By the way, I did another video yesterday on NVIDIA. Did you guys watch the video on NVIDIA? Everybody watched the video on that? I don't know if everybody watched it. You did? Okay. So I posted on social media. It's always on. Listen, it's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. We're going to start posting our watch list on it's on X, everything. So watch that video on the video again, because I was specifically talking about the 125. The 125 was a major support levels. And, I know people don't like to hear, the facts, but the facts is, I don't care where you think it's going. Okay. That's not how you think as a trader. Okay. You think on where is it today and where is everyone there tomorrow. Forget about where you think it's going to be, and where the future is. But always remember something. You could always buy back the stock cheaper. Anyway, to make all of you guys feel a little comfortable, if you watch that video, I got good news for you. Okay. Remember this. You got that buyer 120. Okay. That's the number you're focusing on. And as of right now, there's a 250,000 share buyer out there. That's probably going to go 5 to 10 times when the market opens up. That is your basement. You break that, you got a major problem, okay? And I would hate to do another video on it today, but we're almost there. We're almost there. All right, so we got that trade right there. I don't know what the hell happened to Eli Lilly. Holy crap. They came out with some bad news. They got a bad report or something like that, Rich? Something like that. Down. I don't think it's ever been down 30 points. I worked so hard for a month to go from 900 to 950. I lost it all in a day. Okay. So, but anyway, we own it right around 500 anyway, so we're still looking pretty good on that trade. But yeah, it looks like the weight loss drugs took a little bit of a hit. I know Eli Lilly's come out earnings is coming out next week, I think it is. So listen, you know what? As long as you own it at a good price, that's all that matters. But this is a major support level, 900. So I'm a little concerned about that. Intel is just moving great. So put an Intel on the watch list. I don't think we have any news on it. I think we checked, but Intel, I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to keep an eye on that. But anyway, let's go through the watch list. Before we do that, let's go check we traded yesterday. There were a lot of stocks that made some big moves yesterday. So, obviously Bank of America did really well. BAC had a nice pop. You had early movement. You could have jumped in early. That stock went from $42 to $44, breaking 52-week high. Stock did really well. NVAX was a very, very nice moving stock. We've done really well with that in the month of, going to June. May, it ran from like 7 all the way to 22. Did a nice move, and it did a second move going into the close. But then when it got to around at 3:30, it didn't do too well. So it was pretty good at the 3 o'clock time zone. But that stock went from 14 to 1650. That did really well. That was one of the stocks. Shop did pretty well yesterday. That one ran from 66 to 69. A little bit more on the expensive side. But Mara did phenomenal yesterday. Riot did phenomenal. CLSK did great yesterday. So all the Bitcoin stocks did great. We had that. We're starting to make that big rally. Bitcoin took a really big hit, and obviously there's stocks that we could trade with it, but they made a nice little comeback yesterday. They all did really, really well. Jobby, we traded too. That was probably one of the better ones. That thing went from 5 to 7. The long-term chart looks a lot more, it looks more like POW than, what it really went up. And it only went up about a little less than $1, but it was nice. It went from like $10 from 10 o'clock. It just went up really nice and steady. Had some small little shakes. You had to be here all day till like 2 o'clock to make that nice one. But that one was all right. What else we had? We had a couple of good shorts. Schwab took a nice little hit yesterday, and Schwab's probably still going lower. I'm putting that on the watch list. Schwab, SCHW. So that one's going back on there. But that was a nice little short at the open. They didn't, I guess something with their earnings came out, but didn't look too well. But it does got some big support levels right around here. Listen, this is the issue with big companies like Schwab. Sometimes they merge with TD Ameritrade. Sometimes it does work, but you become a big conglomerate, but then you inherit all those expenses. And you know what? It could affect them. It could affect them. Schwab is a great company. I have accounts with both of them, but sometimes that's what happens. Some people starting. I think they're having some issues with maybe. And some of you here have account. I think almost half these students here have accounts with them, right? Maybe more. And you're probably like, listen, I want to use a Thinkorswim. I want to use a Schwab. Which one do I use? And now they got two predominant master platforms, and they kind of guess shoveling it, But let's go talk about what's moving this morning. So listen, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think this morning was that great. I went through the watch list. I didn't see too many good stocks making some big moves. We had this one stock right here that's moving pretty decent here. This LCFY, Louise basically, basically just brought it up. So this stock right here, nice little push to 720 to 750. It's got some resistance levels there right now. That looks pretty decent. I kind of like that stock right there. The LCFY. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. That one's going to go on the watch list. That's a nice little push. This stock's got a lot of good volume, but she's kind of flat. She had her earnings, came up, but it's kind of flat right here, 43%. Let me go check, see the orders, what they look like out there. I didn't put it on my level 4 yet. Checking over here. So we got. All right. So you got to bounce between 280 and 315 and then 335. Okay. It's holding within those two numbers. Listen, sometimes these stocks, they might be flat in pre-market, and all of a sudden they start making a big move. So kind of like that, but keep an eye on that one. This one, ADTX. Okay. All right. So the buyer he canceled his order. You see that? That's not a good sign. This big order right here for about 12,000, he canceled. That's not a good sign. That's why when he left, right there, when it was at 270, look now how it dropped down. So that's not a good sign. So let's scratch that one. That was a big support level too. Not a really good job right there with that stock right there. This stock is up, but it's flat. See, all these stocks are flat. I know you guys were talking about the LGVN. That one had a huge run up. We traded this stock back in June. It was at 80 cents, ran to about $6. She's very volatile. I'll put her on the watch list, LGVN. A lot of you here in students have this on your journals. Go back, check, see how you did with it. You're probably going to learn a lot from it and how you should trade today. But just letting you know right now, big seller at $5. And I'm not just pointing it out because you see it here on the chart. Look at the order right there. He was out there. He showed up right around a little bit after 8. Once he showed up, you can see how the stock came back down. You should have caught on to that. So I know a lot of you here that were trading here early this morning and you got the 8 o'clock move. You did phenomenal. And you did, I mean, sure enough, do the math. You did really good there. Even if you got it at like 420, you did pretty good. But that one's going on the watch list. MLGO, we trade the MLGO. We trade this stock too. Everybody remembers this one. We traded end of June. It ran from 5 to about 15, then ran to 25. She's moving up, very volatile, nice inexpensive stock. We'll put this one on the watch list. MLGO. I do not have this on my order book. Let's check on the order book and see what's going on out there. Let's see what the street's looking at. Yeah, this is remember, it's gonna be a little ugly. You can see it right here, pretty ugly right here. You know, it's not as clean as the other one, but the stock is very volatile. All right, losers list. Sava took in a big hit, still not doing too well. Pet not doing too well. 5 not doing too. Ooh, isn't that below 5 below? That stock's not doing too well. A $220 stock breaking 52-week lows. 5 below is not doing too well. Ooh, it's getting close to support levels. 45. I might be a buyer on a swing trade on that one. New York Stock Exchange, I saw crap. This LIPA is moving, but it's, what is it? This one's looking like it's moving up pretty well. LIPA. OPA. I saw this earlier, but I kind of like scratched it off my list. This stock is probably a category 5. You can just see by the spread. It's pretty ugly. Yeah, big orders just got filled, it looks like right here. Right there. So if you're a category 5 trader at Cybertrade University, this might be up your alley. All right. I think we're done there. Bees, Novu, NVQ, yeah, SOX, all that stuff. All right. Yeah, that stock is obviously moving pretty well. All right, guys, anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anyone on social media? I know we got a bunch of people here logged in. Anyone here in the Cyber Group room? All right, listen, before we go, I just want to make one announcement. Something sad had happened. Leroy Genzel. Everybody know Leroy in the Cyber Group room? He's been a student for us since 2014. He's been with us for over 10 years. His kids just emailed us and told us that he just passed away. Very sad. And his son told us that he loved being with us every morning. He always looked forward to being here every morning with us. It helped him wake up in the morning. He was 95 years old. And he said that it was one of the great things that he loved being here. He wasn't a big talker in the room as much, but he was there every morning. He was loyal at CTU being there. He said it helped him wake up in the morning. He just had something to look forward to. We're very touched that he's been with us for 10 years and he's gone through all our programs over the years. And we wish him rest in peace, Leroy. Thank you. And hope you found peace. All right, guys. Yes, he was at on-site, Leah. Yeah. All right, everybody. Let's get ready for the market open up. And let's just keep Leroy in our thoughts.